The tournament that wasn't supposed to change. A quiet afternoon, while the Wandering Tavern rested in the town of Leilon, the door opened with a weighty creak. In stepped Serac. The large blue bugbear ducked slightly beneath the doorway, scanned the room, and sighed loudly. "I am bored," he announced with the same intensity one might reserve for declaring war. His companions were occupied elsewhere. Findaven was away, the others scattered to personal errands, devotions, and distractions. Serac, it seemed, had been left alone with his thoughts, which, as it turns out, was dangerous. He ordered a drink. He leaned on the bar. He stared into the middle distance like a man who desperately needed something to hit. And that was when an idea formed. There were always calls for tournaments across the worlds the tavern visited. Duels, trials, contests of strength and endurance. And there was one particular tournament on one particular world that bothered me because everyone knew it was fixed. The champions were chosen long before the first blow was ever struck. The winners decided by coin, influence, and quiet agreements behind velvet curtains. I looked at Serac, strong, honest, blunt to the point of innocence. A man who could not fake corruption if he tried. And I thought, if anyone could break a rigged system, it would be someone who didn't understand how to play along. I made the offer. Serac listened carefully, not to the politics, not to the rumors, not to the whispers of corruption. He only listened to one thing. "Will there be fighting?" he asked. "Yes." "And is it meant to choose the strongest?" "In theory." He nodded once. "I accept." What followed happened off camera, as all true tests of courage should. The tournament commenced. Veterans entered expecting a performance. Officials watched for compliance. Spectators waited for the usual outcome. Instead, they were met with something very unexpected. Serac fought simply, cleanly, without theatrics or strategy, beyond hit the opponent until they stop standing. He didn't throw matches, didn't listen to instructions whispered from the stands, didn't understand when he was supposed to lose. He just kept winning. And every victory cracked something fragile beneath the surface. By the time the tournament ended, no one was celebrating. Not because Serac had done anything wrong, but because the illusion had shattered. Officials argued, sponsors panicked. The chosen champions were bruised, defeated, and very upset. The corruption hadn't been exposed by investigation, it had been exposed by honesty. Serac returned to the tavern days later. He looked very satisfied. "They were angry," he said. "I believe I did well." He had. The tournament would never be the same again, nor would the people who relied on it being predictable. Serac finished his drink, stretched, and announced he felt less bored now. Then he left. And somewhere out there, a rigged system learned the most dangerous thing of all. Sometimes corruption doesn't fall to rebellion. Sometimes it falls to a pure heart and a very large bugbear who simply refuses to play along.